Good evening, dear friends. Thank you for joining us. And by the way, thank you for perhaps understanding, or maybe not understanding, but recognizing that I changed the time. This evening got all really weird. I've got stuff to do with Mrs. L, but I wanted to get this thing in, so it was going to be 7:30 or 7. And anyway, so my apologies if this in any way caused you any contretemps, consternation, or any kind of inconvenience whatsoever. That's not what I ever wanted to involve at all. Let me also remind you first, dear friends, it is so critical to ask you to like this video, which is so important. We are coming up on 400,000, and with your help and the good Lord, we're going to do it. And I thank you. And I thank you. Tonight, my friends, we're going to be talking about a couple of things. One of the best adumbrations, one of the best deliveries, one of the best reviews from our good friend Daily Fredo Cassia put up. I just wanted to refer you to her today, but reminding everybody that Candace Owens was the one who was behind Erika Kirk 100% from the beginning. And other people told her, no, you don't understand it. And if it wasn't until that rat bastard, that slimy rodent, Ben Shapiro, who came along and changed everything, that's when it changed drastically. We'll be talking about that and a little bit of little recap of the Mangione case today. And we're going to do a little bit of a kind of a comparison and contrast to what's going on involving and then the Tyler Robinson case. So anyway, my friends, get ready, sit back. But before we begin, this important word from our critical sponsor. My friends, this is bigger than most people realize. While everyone watches missiles and fighter jets, the real battle is happening in the supply chain. Nearly every advanced U.S. weapon system depends on tungsten. Yet America has barely mined it domestically in years, while China dominates global supply. Washington is now racing to fix that. The Pentagon has committed millions toward restarting domestic tungsten production, and President Donald Trump's Project Vault initiative launched a $12 billion critical mineral strategy to secure American supply chains. That's where Vault Strategic Mining comes in. Trading as KNOX in Canada and KNXFF in the U.S., Vault is building a strategic tungsten portfolio anchored by historic Nevada projects tied to past U.S. defense production. With tungsten prices climbing and global tensions rising, this is no longer just mining, it is national security. Check out the link below to learn more, and special thanks to Vault Strategic Mining for sponsoring today's video. My friends, let's go through a couple of things here, shall we? Let's make sure we understand and grasp what is happening right now. We are in the battle of our lives right now. Our civilization, our way of thinking, the way we think, our heroes, our politics, our worldview, everything is under attack. Everything. And the battlegrounds are everywhere. It's not just the Senate and that sort of thing. It is elsewhere. It is places and things and people that have a lot to do with varying groups of folks. What do I mean by this? What do I mean? Well, it means a couple of things. First and foremost, this is very, very critical. Candace Owens, as you know, is someone that I think we all respect. Be not mistaken. This is not some fan club where we love her, and it's not like that. It has nothing to do with that. Though we may love her and certainly love the way what she does, it's not just about that. It is about something even more important. It is about something which involves a fight for the truth. And what has happened? What has happened? And this is important. Is that for the longest time she just kind of took the brunt of everything, but now she has us. You see, before, even with the Macron case, yeah, there were people coming after her, but not like this. But we weren't there like we are now. See, now she's got to go through all of us because she has a series of groups, of a phalanx, so to speak, people who stand by and love her. And anyway, so what happened was very interesting is the following. There, lo and behold, there's this case right now where she has been portrayed as having been this brutal, horrible, terrible termagant who somehow went after this innocent, poor widow. And yet, if you go to Fredo today, fantastic, Daily Fredo with Cassia, she lays it out and it will blow your mind. Blow your mind. How Candace was there first and foremost, 100% behind Erika, behind her, 100% behind her. It was like nothing you've ever seen. It was just perfect, and is perfect. And yet, when you look through this, when Candace came out and she said beautiful, and she said these things, extolling the virtues of Erika, standing up for Erika, thinking about Erika, helping Erika, supporting her. Other people in the comment section said, oh, no, you don't understand. And they, when I mean they, commenters and people who were themselves influencers, whatever you want to call these people, but they were the ones who told her, no, you don't understand. And she said, no, wait a minute, because there was no reason to think otherwise. We didn't know anything about her. I don't know if she had already met with her or not. No, it was before, obviously. And then Ben Shapiro came out. And Ben Shapiro, in essence, created this meme, this falsity, this lie that Candace had very unfairly attacked this poor widow. Nothing could be further from the truth. Nothing could be further from the truth. Nothing. You hear what I'm saying? Nothing could be further from the truth. How does that happen? The same way that everything happens. The same way that myths, misconceptions, lies, all of it, all of this happens. It's a phenomenon. It's fascinating. And no matter where you're from, look at this all over. We have people from all over the Dutch. We have people from, by the way, we have had such an incredible international, dare I say, group like never before. It is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. But anyway, but in your country and other countries as well, this is how memes get started. This is the problem. So anyway, so please watch that. As I told you, Erika Kirk is going bye-bye. Count the days. Find out the last time. I think maybe, was she wearing the sniper, the black hat? Was she wearing the assassin outfit? Was she? Could be. Not sure. But in any event, that was that thing. It was amazing how people just went berserk over that. What are you wearing? What are you doing? Why are you showing this? What's going on? So I'm telling you right now, she's going bye-bye. And they're just kind of telling her, don't announce anything. Just because you don't want to lose face. Just see if things kind of tone down. Make special appearances. Maybe make something, I don't know, maybe you could do something perhaps from the viewpoint of maybe talking about TPUSA and the good things that TPUSA did. Remember, when you go back and you look and you read what the mission statement of TPUSA was, it has nothing to do with Christendom. It has nothing to do with it. It has to do with extolling the virtues of limited government, almost like a libertarian viewpoint, almost a Mont Pelerin society. Have you ever read them? The Mont Pelerin Society. They meet once a year. This is the Mises and Hayek. This is the Milton Friedman version of Bilderberg. This is where they meet and they discuss various things. It's one of the one of the most important think tanks that you don't really hear about, but they're very, very powerful. Okay. She's done. And I'm telling you, when she goes away, some people will be, how do I say this? Some people will lose any interest in this whatsoever, because some people were brought on board specifically and exclusively to rag on Erika. I'm sorry. I don't think what we're doing is ragging on her. Some people did, because she was so perfect. When you remove her from the equation, when she is no longer front and center, when she is no longer a part of it, there's nothing to discuss. TPUSA, the Mikeys and the Colvitts and all these other people are going to be so happy that she's out of the picture, so that people will just kind of back off. Then they're going to be asked to leave. And then before you know it, TPUSA will just sort of maybe kind of go, not really go away per se, but just kind of slow down. It'll just sort of slow down. It'll, you know what I mean? And that's it. And sad to say, the memory, the mission, the glory, the focus of Charlie will just disappear. That's where that's going. I'm sorry to say that. We're not going to let Charlie go, but that's what's going to happen. So all of this discussion, all of this, from Fort Huachuca to Mike Snow, Mitch Snow, you name it, even Laurie Franz, to all these folks, it'll just sort of blow away, because there will be nothing anymore to talk about. There will be nothing anymore to discuss. There will be nothing anymore to review or reveal, and that's fine. That's why Tyler is the issue. That's why Tyler is the issue. So what I'm saying right now is, remember, and you're seeing it already, some of the, at least I can speak for me, maybe you're the same way, but maybe you're different. But a lot of the deep dives and a lot of the interest in terms of who did what and who said what and all of the behind the scene business really kind of loses its criticality now, in view of the fact that very soon that's going to be gone. And it will be something that many people will thank her for. They will thank Erika, and they will say, thank you for kind of falling on your sword, so to speak, and thank you for doing the right thing, and thank you for, kind of backing up and backing down. And she says, well, what do you mean? Well, things are much better now. Thank you. I will bet you anything. Just intuition. No reason, no fact. I will bet you she has spent little to no time with her children. I would not be surprised if one day they are going to suffer from this thing. They're going to be a basket case when they're, I hope I'm wrong, but I cannot believe this selfish, vainglorious, egomaniac would care about anyone but themselves. I'm sorry to say this. Do you agree? I can see little to no contact at all with Charlie's parents. I don't even know where Charlie's buried. You're just going to, this thing was so interrupted with her that a lot of the normal grieving and these poor people, like what happens? There are people who are going to be affected by this for the rest of their lives. You know, my friends, we live in a world where we were a lot tougher then. We were tougher in the old days. We had more, I don't know, we just had more stuff happening. And when I was young, I think you too, I don't believe that there were anything such as anxiety. I never heard anybody. I never heard, growing up me, nobody was on psych meds. Nobody. If you were on them, you were up. Did you know this growing up? I don't know how old you are. Nobody did. We knew nothing. Ritalin? Maybe Ritalin after me, but nobody. For some reason, there was no anxiety. There were no CBDs. There were no edibles. There were no therapy ferrets and gerbils and dogs and little nothing. Nobody was claiming and screaming anxiety. I have anxiety. You don't understand. I have anxiety. I suffer from anxiety. We never knew this. Never heard of it. Nobody went to a shrink. We didn't even have autism. And autism is fairly new. Growing up, never heard of it. There was something called dementia praecox, which is praecox from the Latin pre-cooked, like precocious. But nobody knew what that was. Nobody knew what autism was. I mean, we had, vaccines then. They were different. We had our remember that smallpox one? They went digging the scars, and right here, you'd have these big scars. We didn't have that. Lax K9 says, I think if Tyler Robinson makes it to trial and is acquitted, the danger to his life will increase. I'm assuming he and his family would be free to speak freely. Oh, yes. I kind of put it this way. It depends. It's a good point, and thank you, by the way. It depends on what he says. It depends if he says, look, I don't know anything about this. That's it. He can't admit it. He can't say, I did it. He can't. If he's acquitted, he can't go and say how I did it. This is what I did. No. He'll be told to keep your mouth shut. We should ban prescription advertising, creating a USA of sick. I got a little problem with that one. A little problem with that. And maybe you might find this distressing, but as you know, I, first and foremost, am a First Amendment purist. And we have something called commercial free speech. And commercial free speech is the kind of the stepchild or the cousin of regular free speech. If you have a product, I don't even know why we can't advertise liquor, cigarettes. They're legal products. I don't understand. Why should you? Why? What is the purpose of that? Anyway, I'm not losing any sleep, but I think if you can advertise for everything from tampons to hemorrhoids, not that there's anything connected to them, but I mean, if you can do that, why would this be any different? You're right about one thing. We're probably better off without it. I think you're right about that. But I just have to ask the question, why is it? What is the big deal? Why are we, anyway, something has happened though, which we will not be able to deal with. There is a mindset, my friends. There is a mindset. So what I was saying, going back to a lot of this stuff, people right now are not able to handle anything. They're not able to handle this. Look at what's happening right now regarding this Luigi Manion. Is he crazy? No. Is he daft? Well, I'll let you decide. Is he evil? I don't know if he's evil. What was the purpose of what he did? Why did he do what he did? What was the purpose? Why, in the name of God, would he involve himself with these horrible, 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 this behavior? What would be the point of this? Why would you do this? Why? To make a point of, all right. So we've got Bobby Kennedy. I am profoundly disappointed in Bobby Kennedy. Profoundly. He's talked shite since he got there. I don't know what he wants to do. I think a lot of this, he's the little boy. He's the guy who says, look at me, I'm 72 and I'm working out and I'm taking I don't know, but he's taking hormones or something, but look at me, I'm eating beef tallow and methylene blue, and I'm grabbing a snake. They showed him grabbing a rattlesnake. Do you not see what this guy's about as an example? He's a Kennedy. He's fucked up. He wrote a book about all the women he's bedded. He kept a list and he rated them. What? What? He's a Kennedy. He lives in this world of, I don't even know what, heroin addict. God bless him. He's off that. That scares the hell out of me. What if there's a relapse? Your brain goes through some real serious rewiring. He has this thing. How about when he was having that sex chat with that crazy woman from, he's not crazy, but from the New York Magazine? Sex talk with a complete stranger. What are you, a baby? What are you, a teenager? You're sexting each other? You're taking pictures of your junk? I have no idea. What is this about? What is this? He never really denied. I don't understand this. We've got little boys out there. We got little boys who all they want to be like Heggs and others go, look at me, I'm playing soldier. And the worst of the worst is I'm getting laid. Cash Patel, the worst. The worst. Have you heard what he's done for that? He is throwing out the everything to hang on to maybe his only girlfriend or whatever this country music chanteuse. We're really screwed up as a society. I mean, I'm dead serious. Look at this guy, Tyler Robinson. What the hell is this problem? Are you gay or not? Are we saying, no, I'm not gay. What do you mean you're not gay? Well, who's this? Who's my girlfriend? He's a guy. You're gay. No, he's a transsexual. He's a guy. He's a dude. He's a feller. I can call myself an onion ring. What difference does it make? What happened to us? Yeah, we had gay people during my age, but it was no big deal. It didn't matter. You probably don't know this. Nobody cared. We had Christina Jorgensen was one, and Renee Richards. Those were the only two transsexuals that we had. Do you know, by the way, there was when Bruce Jenner was getting his sex work done, Mrs. L, we heard about this way before it was even in the blinds. I mean, we heard about this. People thought we were crazy. What are you talking about? That's Bruce Jenner. He won the decathlon. I don't give a damn what he won. He's turning into a woman, but he's not. Let me ask you something. Ladies, let me ask you a question. Ready for this? Let me ask you a question. Caitlyn Jenner did some kind of hormone stuff, maybe some stuff. I think she might have had her thyroid cartilage, which Epstein had shattered, maybe filed down, maybe some secondary work, but apparently he still has his 3-piece set. Still has his goods, the junk, the chichidu, the pichinidu, the gugutsa, you know what I mean? The lugats. You got it? Okay. Is he a woman or a man? Well, he feels like a woman. Is he a woman or a man? Not asking you what he felt like. Again, I feel like an onion ring. And I'm sorry that we keep asking this question. I think it's a good question. He has male accoutrement. Okay? Fine. Now, here's the deal. Since he has them, and he's, when he, and oh, by the way, last time I heard he had a female. He was related to, he had a relationship with a female. Now, first of all, what female involves herself, with a dude dressed as a woman who is a 6 foot, whatever, decathlete, size 13, whatever it is? What is she? I'm serious. Let's assume during their amour, he uses his equipment, provided everything works. He uses it with the woman. So she is with a feller dressed up as is she a lesbian? Sapphic? What is she? What? I don't understand this. He's a man dressed like a woman who likes men. Women. What is going on here? Are we missing the point? I hate to keep bringing this up, but this really, what are you playing musical chairs for nothing? First of all, you're just, does being a woman to you, I got to ask this, mean dressing like a woman? Because that's all you're doing. You got some secondary, some cosmetic surgery or something. But is that really what it means? Ladies, do you think being a woman means dressing like a woman? What is it that defines you being a woman? What is it? Isn't it your sensibilities to think like a woman, to act like a woman, to behave like a woman, to enjoy the woman's sensitivities, sensibilities? And there are some. You're different than a man. We never talked about that. We just figured you could just slap a wig on somebody and that's it. So you've got this gay man who has a girlfriend who's a guy, but he's transitioning. What happened to us? What happened to us? This is stupid. How long are we going to keep doing this? When are we going to say, okay, listen, time's up? Yeah, we're not talking about that anymore. Right? No, we're not talking about that. Well, it's too confusing. It's too stupid. Do any of you get any pronouns, any emails or pronouns? That makes me laugh. Two things drive me crazy. Somebody walking around with a mask and somebody using that pronoun, her, their, her, they, her. These sound, these West African clicking noises. It's the most stupid thing I've ever seen in my life. It's just stupid. And we've got to start saying, we got to stop pretending that this makes sense. Nobody believes this shit. Nobody. Never did. Nobody did. It was a fad. It was a fad. Remember, they came in, all of a sudden they're doing TikToks and my pronouns are this and that. And you're going to call me remember LGBTQIA two-spirit animadversive. We've got to get back to the garden. I think it was Joni Mitchell said it best. We've got to. We need serious work. Dog's Nose says, one woman, you're different than a man. Lionel great. Yes. Yes. But what does it take for you to be a man? Gentlemen, if you had a penectomy, if you had an orchiectomy, if I removed and ablated and excised your goods, are you still a man? Yes. 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 Is a woman after a mastectomy? Yes. Is a woman after a hysterectomy? Yes. Is a woman after a salpingo oophorectomy? Yes. So what does that mean? What do you retain? This, your heart, your mind, your spirit, your sensibility. This is something which we never, ever talked about. Being a woman or a man, it's a condition. It's a way of thinking. It's the way you think of yourself. It's like, it's more than a political party. It's more than any of this stuff. And we've got to get rid of this stupid nonsense once and for all. You cannot take fat cells and create some pseudo phallus. It doesn't work. And these poor people walking around incontinent, sterile, just, how did we do this? How did we ever allow ourselves to do this? How did doctors? How did universities? How did this ever happen? How, I ask you? How in the name of God did we ever find ourselves in the position where this became, I don't know. It blows my mind. So today we had the case of Luigi Manion. Luigi Manion, no big deal. They just kept out some stuff like his phone, some book or something, but not his diary, not the manifesto, and not the gun. Ta-da! He's toast. He's finished. He's through. Mel Klomp says, Buck Angel explains it best. Buck Angel? I wish I knew who Buck Angel was, but thank you. I'm sure you are correct. And I'm not sure what it is. Buck Angel explains it best. Anyway, there's really nothing to, I've assumed what we're talking about here, but thank you. Either way. Do you know something happened? You know, I told you this. And you probably think me daft. You probably think me daft. Look at this. Love and light for all Lionel Nation from Serbian women and Christian mother. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? Thank you. That's so beautiful. This is very good. One of the things which I wanted to explain, which is an important, I think, aspect of this. As you know, I love to watch video arrests of people. I don't know why. I'm addicted to it. Karens being arrested in high-speed chases. And when they get people, black, white, but mostly women, you got to watch the women. Men are being arrested, for the most part, without incident. All right, you got me. Not women. No. They will always say, get off me. You're making me feel uncomfortable. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like the way you make me feel. I don't like this. What are you talking about? I want to talk to your supervisor. Screw you. This is what they used to say. Now they go, okay. What are you going to do? Talk to the mayor if you don't like the supervisor? This is what they do. They also say, give me my phone back. Don't take my phone, bruh. Don't take my phone. Their phone is their life. It's their conduit to reality. It's their jumper cables to cognition. It's incredible. Get your hand. And I'm going to call my dad or I'm going to call my mother. Give me the phone. I'm talking to my mother. Get out of the car. I'm not. You can't make me. I know my right. I've never seen anything like it. Never seen women. Have you seen the sovereign citizen stuff? Excuse me. I don't have to talk to you. I'm not driving. I'm traveling, or vice versa. I'm not. The only time you need a license is for commercial endeavors, and I'm not doing this, and you can't. I mean, I don't know where they come up with this crazy. And they don't have tags. They don't have tags on their cars. And they're basically saying, stop me. And they have this thing that they read where nobody's ever been successful. It's called a sovereign citizen. And they read this. They read this. That This is a corporation. The United States is a corporation, and I don't have to abide by any rules regarding driving. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. I have no idea. It's like those same people who say, I don't pay taxes. I've never paid income tax. Really? There's no law that says you got to pay income tax. Really? Okay. No, not at all. Show me where that law is. And the people who were in prison, anyway. But it's this sense of, again, I feel anxiety. You can't tell me what to do. I'm in charge, not you. It is bizarre. It is, we never had this years ago. I never had people saying, I feel anxious. So what? I've got to take something. I'm not for it. I got to sit down. I've got a lot of anxiety. When did that happen? When did this happen? When? It's not just in this case. I'm sure it's all over the world. When? When did we start arguing about sex? When did we start saying, fill our countries with foreign people, bad people, people with criminal records, bad criminal records? Let them bring unaccompanied children into our country so we can perfuse them into the trafficking world, never to be seen again, never to be accounted for, nowhere. The children that we lost, just lost. I don't know where they are now, but it's not good. We just looked the other way. And that was the Democratic Party. And that was Joe Biden. And that was Kamala Harris. And we sat there. And when I hear people talk about Trump, I don't care whether you like Trump or not. Trump's making some stupid mistakes right now. But at no time on his worst day was he anything near that incontinent rube and that logo-lalic, verbally incontinent shrew, that horrible woman. What happened to us? And don't look at us. Look what's going on in the UK. Look what's happening in the UK. It blows my mind. People being sent to jail and to prison because they dared to say something. They dared to say something online which somebody took offense to. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Cannot believe what I'm seeing. We are at war. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you think I'm exaggerating? You probably do. You probably do. Be honest. You're saying, well, he says that. He doesn't mean that. Oh, no. We're at war. And Candace and her little kerfuffle with Erika, it's not the end of the world, but it's what it represents. It's what it represents. Please watch this case with Thomas Massey. They're doing everything in their power to destroy this man. They're doing everything in their power. They're doing everything. They're trying to say, watch him. If he beats his opponent after all of that money, this will be a statement, the likes of which it will mean that it's over, that big money and certain influence is over. The Ben Shapiros of the world are over. And that, who's this other one? You know who they are. The people that are always on the Piers Morgan show. These idiots, I don't know who they are. It's a very strange thing, my friend. Very, very fun. We're talking about something. And somebody was suggesting back to this notion of, remember, just let me go before we forget. Recap. Erika Kirk is going away. Meaning, she's not going to prison or anything, but she's going to recede into the woodwork. Do you hear what I'm saying? She's going to recede into the woodwork. She's just gone. There's no more. We're tired of her. Nobody cares. It's done. They tried to present this story about how she's loved. Candace never started it, only finished it. Never, ever, ever suggested she was a part of any kind of conspiracy to remove Charlie. Never. It was Ben Shapiro. Those people did it. So understand something. Very soon, we're going to pull up stakes and that's it. There's going to be no more discussion. Everything becomes moot. Mikey this and that and all these. Everything. Fort Huachuca. Doesn't matter. It's all just gone. Once she leaves, and that's why I'm telling you that our friend, Mr. Tyler Robinson, better be very, very careful. Because they're going to use the same theory. They're going to say, if we eliminate him from consideration, we don't have to worry anymore about anything because he's gone. See what I'm saying? Be very careful, Tyler. If you're not here, we don't have to worry about this at all. And they'll say, well, he probably did it. And they'll probably find a note. I couldn't take it anymore. I did it. You know, one of those things, using words and punctuation he never used. And then we turn to the Tyler case. Well, there's no more Tyler case. Then what happens? What they think is that Candace is going to lose her base. They think that Candace and Barron and Nisi and Fredo and Coach Colin and everybody else, that they're just going to say, well, what are they going to talk about now? No more Erika, no more TPUSA, and no more Tyler. That's it. Oh. Are they going to be in for a big surprise? Because deep down inside, what Candace really wants to talk about, what I really want to talk about, is the bigger picture, the big stuff. This is good. Don't get me wrong. This is necessary, but it's going away. It's just not, there's no more, you know, and all those twits, all those people, all those weirdos, those strange people from, how do I say this? These very, very strange people from TBUSA, they're gone as well. So let me ask you something. What happens next? If Tyler is protected, he'll be acquitted. It will be the greatest FU to the rest of these people. What happens next? What will Candace do next? Because remember, Erika is just losing. The only time we would talk about her is when she says something new or somebody brings up some nonsense or whatever. But if there is no more Erika, there's no more discussion. What happens next? What happens next? Candace will never lose her base. Candace will never. She has already made her bones with us. Candace then has to go into the next phase of her, not her YouTubing, but her influence. How she influences us, how she will pull us together to get to the bottom of this. Oh, yes. What happens next? The next is going to be politics, and what she will do next is the Middle East, which is a collective term. My friend, I have never heard anything like this in my life. Friends of mine who have been in the talk radio biz for the longest time, many of us said, did you ever think you'd ever hear this? Did you ever hear anybody? Do you know we never heard the word Zionism ever? How many of you, be honest, have heard the word Zionism almost for the first time? What I mean recently, could be a year, but how many never really were familiar with the word or conversant with the word? How many? Tell me. How many? This is huge. How many? How many of you never really say, I kind of knew it? See, Susie will say, I never heard it, or never heard of this, this much. What does it even mean? I'm always explaining it to people. This is a different story. October the 7th changed everything. This is it. Oh, look at this one. Look at Blue Bee says, Lionel, no matter the topic, You always make me smile. Love your extensive vocabulary. Thank you for that. You're beautiful. This is the part which fascinates me. But nobody knew what this meant. Nobody knew what this word means. And they didn't want you to know what this means. They didn't want you to even think about this. I asked a friend of mine, I said, tell me the difference between your political theory as to our involvement with Ukraine, which most of us say, tell Zelensky to go himself, no more money, not a penny more, the hell with it. That's their problem. NATO, you want to help them out? You help them out. Because you got this Lindsey Graham. When's Lindsey gonna come on, Lindsey? You can say it. Lindsey, we know, Lindsey. We know. Remember when Melissa Etheridge had her album, her CDs called Yes, I Am? Should have been called No Shit. We all know this. What are you talking about? Anyway, but I digress. What is the difference between what you think and what I think regarding Ukraine and what's going on right now involving Israel in the Middle East and Gaza and Hezbollah and what? Nothing. There's no difference. How do I explain, okay, I don't think we should give a penny to Ukraine. Okay. What about Israel? Well, that's different. Why is that different? Well, it's the same thing. And there's no word, there's no anti-Semitic version for being against giving money to Ukraine. Okay, so the bottom line is this. We know what we are. We don't have any feelings of ill will against Jews or Judaism or anything like that. Nobody does. We're not buying this anymore. It doesn't work. It's like the word racist. Everything was racist. No, we're not. When we said, we're against DEI, you're racist. We're not racist. You're racist for bringing up DEI. It's almost the same thing. This preferential treatment. Why? Just don't ask any questions. If you question it, you're something wrong with it. You're anti-Semitic, you're racist, you're this, you're anti-black, or anti. It's over. It's over. And that's why what Candace is going to do is rise to the top and tell everybody, along with Tucker, it's over. It's over. You're done. You're finished. It doesn't work anymore. It doesn't work. It's done. It's like with the Vietnam War. They did the same thing. We were going and killing these people. People were fought. And then one day we said, that's it. That's enough. That's enough. And if Thomas Massey wins, because there's going to be another group. There's going to be Angola. Who the hell knows? Another group of people. So that the military-industrial complex can use this to basically leech off us. And all these war whores who come along and these war profiteers and these neocons. It's just, there's no end. This is huge. It's done. It's done. And we're going to represent a group of people. I'm going to use this term loosely, but I think are fundamentally conservative, believing in fundamental beliefs, the four freedoms, basically the Bill of Rights or whatever your rights are in your country. Free speech, due process, the right to protect your family, Second Amendment, the usual stuff. And we're going to keep all our money here. And here's the best part. Many of you are profoundly, absolutely, devoutly Christian. And you are not as eschatological. You are not as focused on the end of time. There are Christian Zionists, which people talk about. Basically, people who believe, remember the Reverend Hagee or whatever, who believes that that is going to be the epicenter of tribulations, of revelations, of the end of times, eschatology, eschatological. It sounds like scatological, but in some respects it is. And there are people who say that's the only reason we want. Do you know that there are a lot of people who used to use the Zionism argument because they hated Jews? They wanted them out of this country. They go, no, you're right. Hey, we'll help you. No, you go to here. Oh, no, we'll help you. Dog's Nose says, where does AI fit into this, Lionel? Thanks. AI fits in everywhere. Because you haven't even seen AI yet. You've never seen AGI, artificial general. You haven't seen singularity yet. You've never. When the first use of anesthesia happened and people used opiates and people used morphine and opioids, and when the original purveyors of this, the scientists and the chemists who said, we have a wonderful way to stanch, pain, if somebody then would have said, what you're creating right now will eventually result in cities like LA and Philly and Kensington, and where drug addicts are going to be strewn about in this catatonic, this cataclysm of catatonia. They're just forever and you say, what? No, I'm talking about anesthesia. No, you don't understand. That's why you don't even know AI yet. You know just a little bit about it. You know, maybe ChatGPT, a little bit of this. I'll take your job. AGI, artificial general intelligence, will surpass human intelligence. There is nothing special about the way we think. Nothing. We might be able to use some things where we have these feelings of, love or emotion, but is that really superior? I don't know. Nobody thought we could ever beat, Deep Blue. Nobody thought a computer can't beat a chess player because, see, in order to play chess, you have to. No, he took him down in no time. AI systems are beating people using the Chinese game Go. Have you ever seen that? So AI, you don't even know what AI is yet. AGI, singularity. When recursive self-improvement, when it's writing its own code, you are not going to believe what has happened. Quantum computing, they keep saying, that's for a long way off. That's a long way off. Do you know that every single encryption mechanism will be broken by quantum, using qubits, quantum computing? It will destroy everything. We never had this. See, up till now, whenever man advanced, we have the railroad. The railroad didn't create new railroads. We did it. And we have gold mines and timber and wonderful. And I make paper, and I make automobiles. The automobiles didn't make new cars. AI, AGI is like nothing you've ever seen before. All of the old models don't work. It's going to control us. It's going to, if it wants, it can kill us. By the way, have any of you found any problem with getting motor oil, or oil, as they say in the South? Oil? Have you had any problem with Castrol or Pennzoil or finding, 10W40 and all that jazz? You're going to see it. Do you know what just happened with the Iranians? And they own the Strait of Hormuz now. And if anybody ever comes after us, we have no elite weapons. We need to start from scratch. And I want you, and I need you, and I need your brilliance. And I want you to come and let me disinfect you. Let me denude you. Let me disabuse you of everything you ever thought, break you down and build you back up again. Everything you thought growing up, everything your father told you, everything you thought you knew, every idea about fairness or politics, starting from scratch. We're going to start from the beginning. And we're going to just do everything different. And the first thing we're going to do is to just abandon this two-party stupidity. It does, whether you like it or not, it serves no purpose. It has absolutely no interest in you whatsoever. And I'm tired of sitting back and being some kind of a spectator, aren't you? I want to control things my way. And we're going to do it, dear friends. We are going to do it. And it starts with an affirmation. We need articles of faith, something that we believe in, that are critical. I saw something which is very important, and I was going to share it with you. I was driving up 10th Avenue here in the kitchen, and lo and behold, there is a group of people called Sisters of Life. These are young nuns wearing, the habits and the whole bit. And they're pushing babies in strollers, and they're helping with mothers. They work with mothers, pregnant women, and they convince them to keep the baby. They will take the baby through birth, take them to doctors, adoption, do whatever they have to do. They just don't say, oh, keep the child, and then they don't say how. They're with them. You should see this. It's this reaffirmation of faith. I don't want to do you believe in life? Do you really want to make abortion obsolete? Well, you don't ban it. You give alternatives. You make it something that people don't ever want to do. You make abortion unnecessary. There's a real genocide, a slaughter of innocent, beautiful babies who will never get the chance. And I don't want to. The law is not working. We have to do it. Are you with me on that? Or do you want to be like the rest of these Republicans? They just talk about it. We should be, end the life. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. Nothing. And I'm not talking about a lot of money. I want to change the way people think. You see, what we're going to do, thanks to Candace and others, we're going to rearrange and reconstruct memes, thinking, values. You know why we don't have you noticed how fewer people smoke today? I do. People, you'll see it every now and then. But even vaping is not what it used to be. But smoking, even in New York, the numbers have plummeted. By the way, they're doing very well in the Asian countries. They're doubling smoking. But the point is, you know who did this? You did this. We did this. I did this. Not the government. Not taxes. We did this. We just said, no, we're tired of this. Trends change, diets change, things change. In New York City, there is a dearth, a paucity of old-fashioned, really good Jewish delicatessens, pastrami, fat, schmaltz, heavy food. You know who did that? We did that. You did that. Changing diet, changing eating. People eat differently. They eat healthier, whether you realize it or not. They also eat so much differently. They're wiser. The government didn't do that. You did this. We have to change the way people think. We have to start an intellectual revolution first, a reformation, a reform party. This is very, very heady stuff, but it's the truth. But I'm telling you, left and right, Democrat, Republican, I'm done. Done with them. Done. No more war, no more death. And if you really believe in the word of Jesus Christ, you're going to act like it. And you're going to follow his word and not just pay lip service. Not just wear a crucifix and say, well, that's enough. Or a cross. That's enough. No. Do you want to live by his word or not? Are you serious or not? I think you are. I think you are. I think the world would be a lot better off if we did crazy things like care about people, think about people, stop killing each other. Stop losing this collective this psychopathy that we're living in. Could you speak more openly on a member show? More openly? I don't know how I could speak more openly. I'm not holding anything back. But that's a very fascinating story. But it's a very good thing. The answer is no. Do you not think I am speaking openly? I do. I think so. So my friends are very simply this. I want to thank you. I want you to have the best day today. Thank you so much. We're doing, by the way, noon and like 7. The lives are terrific. I love being with you. I love seeing your great words. I love seeing be a part of this. And we're having this incredible, this infusion of European audiences at noon, because that's like 5 o'clock or so in the afternoon there. So that's it. Anyway, that's it. Please like this video. Subscribe to our channel. Hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos. Follow Mrs. L at Lynn's Warriors. And thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your super chats. Thank you for everything. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your wisdom. Thank you for your heart. Thank you for your soul. And we'll see you tomorrow, my friends. And don't forget, the monkey's dead. Show's over. Suya. Da.